back to another episode of Scott's Quick Cash Class. Today we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of you younger folks out there, maybe even some of you older folks, I know I still do it, but that's a side hustle, right? So I've been doing a side hustle since I can remember. Side hustles back in the day when I was a kid, cutting grass, shoveling driveways, just general cleanup, walking dogs, delivering newspapers. I don't even think that's a route right now. I'm sure there's a few people out there that still deliver newspapers, but those were some of the side hustles when I was younger, right? And you got a little bit of money in your pocket, and you could do some things with it. Then as you got a little bit older, it was focused on going to college, getting a degree, find a good job. That wasn't quite my route. I did go to college, but I didn't quite find that as interesting as everyone else. But we're not here to talk about that. So a lot of you guys out there already have side hustles. 60% of Gen Zers have side hustles already, with another 20% thinking about doing it this year. About 40% of you want to convert that into your full-time gig, which I think is awesome because, when you're working for somebody, you're essentially trading your time for money, right? If you don't go to work for 40 hours a week, you don't get a paycheck. And even if you do get a raise, even a substantial raise, let's just say you make $50 an hour, right? And you get a 50% raise and now you make $75 an hour. That's a lot of money. However, you still have to trade your time for money, right? And so that other person is making more than $75 an hour off of you, or they wouldn't be paying you, right? So, finding that side hustle that fits into your skills. One of the things that I was good at is selling and yard work, right? So I would go up and down my block, go to my neighbor's blocks, and I would just knock on doors. I would look for yards that hadn't been cut. I would look for opportunities, right? And so I know a lot of you guys sitting out there, you've got different skills that you think maybe aren't marketable, or maybe you're currently using those skills in your current job for someone else. My plea to you is find an outlet to use those skills to start bringing in some side money. Most millionaires have at least 5 to 7 income streams. So that's extremely important. A lot of millionaires still work regular jobs, or they have their own businesses, but a majority of them have numerous revenue streams, right? And that's kind of what a side hustle is let's get some more revenue streams. And there's no reason why you got to cap it to 1, 2, 3 side hustles. I will say this, get one side hustle off the ground before you focus on another one, but spend that time after you're done with your 9-to-5 job and you come home while all your friends are out, whether that's getting drunk, just spending time on social media, hanging out with friends. I'm not saying you can't do some of those things, but look at what you're doing in your free time to generate some sort of income to start subsidizing your lifestyle, B, your investing habits that hopefully you're doing, and C, hopefully that gets you out of the rat race of life, because that's what I'm here trying to help you guys with is finding a path for you to have freedom, financial freedom. And if you choose to work a quote unquote 9-to-5 job because you enjoy it, more power to you. But I want to try to help you with your finances so that gives you that freedom for one day you can go, you know what, this isn't for me, I'm gonna go do something else. So hopefully you guys can pick up on that and maybe get some motivation to do that. But I can tell you right now, if you want to be wealthy and financially independent, you need to have multiple income sources. So start finding a side hustle that you like, that you're good at, that you can do for a long period of time to build that up, and that you're not going to get burnt out. So we're going to leave you with tip of the day, question of the day. Tip of the day, kind of briefly talked about that. Start a hustle that matches your skills, not just what's trending, right? So there's, on YouTube, you look, they got this guy goes around cutting grass and pressure washing. There's a couple different guys. If that's not your thing, don't do that. Find something that is in your wheelhouse that you enjoy doing, because you're going to be doing it during times that you don't want to do it. So you need to have that motivation to continue to do it. and keep that money coming in. And then, question of the day: what can you offer others right now that they'd pay you anywhere from $10 to $100 to do? And that could be a physical labor task, or that could be, you know, a mental labor task or something on the computer. But think about that, and then think about how you can monetize that and how to go from there. So hopefully you guys liked what you heard. Hopefully you guys been following along. Remember, I'm not going to ever sell you anything. I'm here to help. Hit the subscribe button. Give me a comment. Give me a like. Till next time.